Edison was born on February 11, 1847, in Milan, Ohio. He was the last of 7 children and was homeschooled by his mother. Thomas Edison was famous for many inventions, but the 3 that we are going to discuss today are the phonograph, the kinetoscope, and the light bulb.
Thomas Edison invented the phonograph in 1877 in a laboratory in Menlo Park, New Jersey. The phonograph invention was used to transcribe telegraphic messages. To help make connections and build background knowledge, we will be exploring vocabulary words that will help our students better understand the content area. We will be exploring invention, inventor, patented, phonograph, transmitter, development, transcribe, dictating, novelty. There are many uses that the phonograph has. One is reproduction of music. Another is preserving language by using it as a dictating system. And it also has some educational purposes. For example, you could use it as a study aid to improve comprehension and memory.
In 1894, Thomas Edison was working on another one of his many great inventions. This time, it was his kinetoscope. A kinetoscope was like someone's own personal movie theater. These personal movie theaters were in large wooden boxes, and inside of them, there were strips of film moving on vertical rollers. The film would move on the rollers, and that would create a moving, looping image for the pictures. The average running time of a kinetoscope motion picture, though, was only a minute. Despite only lasting a minute, this invention was a huge step in developing fully motion cameras that are used today. Without this research, who knows where motion cameras would have been, and with that, we should again thank Thomas Edison.
During the 1800s, inventors were trying to create a more effective light bulb and lighting system. Edison worked to develop a cheaper, better light bulb that would burn longer than a few hours. The key to this was creating a better filament. He made the filament out of a piece of paper coated in carbon. The light burned for 10 to 15 minutes. He scoured the world looking for materials to make a longer burning filament. He decided on a kind of bamboo coated in carbon, which was shipped in from Japan. We used this for 10 years before a filament made of cellulose was created. Edison then created a screw-in base, making it easier to change the light bulb. His light bulbs were a success, but he knew he needed to create a whole new lighting system so people would be able to use his light bulbs in their home.
Edison wasn't always successful with his inventions, though. Some of his inventions, like the ore milling machine and the cement house, were dismal failures. Never one to be beaten by failure, Edison redesigned his ore milling machine to produce cement for other structures, thus combining 2 failures to create a successful invention.
To recap our presentation and give some important dates about Thomas Edison's inventions, the phonograph was invented in 1877, the kinetoscope was invented in 1894, and the light bulb was invented in 1879. Although Edison was born in Ohio, he invented all of these things in this laboratory in New Jersey, which is where he died on October 18, 1931.
Maybe I'd better go. O-H-I-O. Maybe I'd better go.